All right, so let's get into this. We got Chasing Atlanta, or is that where we want to start at? Or you want to do the spooky reviews?
Oh, okay.
Bear's about to. Yeah, this is all you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Chasing Atlanta, and then we'll get into the spooky reviews. Okay, so Chasing Reality is a Chasing Reality is a YouTube series. Like, it's not a series, it's a whole like production house. And there's different reality shows based in different cities. These are all reality shows that are the cast is always mostly LGBTQ. And it's just like people going through the hustles, and you follow them through their everyday lives being gay men, gay people in general. So Chasing Atlanta.
Can I just add a little thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually filmed a series like this before. I was part of a production team that filmed a series where it was like people in Atlanta that were gay, but they were also like striving in the music, pardon me, entertainment field. So it was like watching this, it reminded me of some of the events. I might tell a story or two from it, but just wanted to throw that out there. Relevance.
So Chasing Atlanta is on its final season, I think now. So it's season 6. I've only watched the last 2 seasons because those are the only 2 seasons that Troy is in, and he's the reason I started watching. So those are the only 2 seasons I've watched so far.
Is to you.
I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to have Troy on in a couple episodes so we can talk about his experience on Chasing Reality and Chasing Atlanta and all that. So we're going to interview him about that. Very excited. So season 6 is back. All of our faves are back. Some people we thought weren't going to be back are back. And then we have some new faces. So the new faces, where I'm going to talk about them really quick first. So We Were Born, Tonka and Tony. We Were Born is like this this duo that I think Kendra introduced into the group, and it's a, I don't even know if they what they identify as, but it's a duo, and I think they're brother and sister, and they're a R&B group. And then we have Tonka. So Tonka was on HBO's Legendary, and he's in one of the houses. I don't remember which house he's in. And then we have Tony, who's also like in the Kiki scene. She's a mother and all that. So I love all of the new additions so far. I think We Were Born is specifically, I'm interested to see more of them because there's this one scene. So they're all in the studio, and I think she identifies as a girl. Girl, I'm so sorry if you don't. But the girl, because it's a show full of like LGBTQ people. You never know. So the girl, she they're in the studio session. Everyone's sitting down like talking, kikiing, and then she just gets a random phone call, and she walks. She says she's going to the bathroom. She doesn't go to the bathroom. She goes and gets her phone. Gets a phone call. Apparently it's her sugar daddy, and she's like, oh my god, y'all, my bad, that was my sugar daddy. Like, didn't nobody ask you, girl? You could
She wanted to flex on y'all one time.
She wanted to flex, and she sits down and she's like, his dick don't work. My sugar daddy dick stopped working, and I think he's mad at me because I told him his dick stopped working. Like,
that sounds like an easy lick now.
Everyone's just sitting there like, bitch, nobody asked you any of this information. This is the first time. This is your first scene that we're here with you in. And this is what you wanted to, like, this is the storyline that she wanted to establish.
So I'm just want to make sure. So she was did she like fucking the sugar daddy?
No, she was just, I don't know if she.
Because to me, that just seems like that's just easy.
No, it's just for financial gain.
An easy lick.
It's just for financial gain. I don't know what her deal was with like telling everybody that story, but it was given a little like, I don't know, like I don't have anything better to show y'all, so I'm gonna make a sugar daddy storyline. So Troy, Willa, 7 now, Dominique, Oliver, Wayne, Kendra, Rico, all back. Last season, I wasn't a huge fan of Wayne or Rico. I am turning around with Rico. Wayne is still, I still can't get on the Wayne train. I literally cannot. There was this, okay, let me save it. So the first episode, they catch you up on what everyone's doing. There's one person I'm forgetting with the beard and the hair. I forget his name. We just gonna forget about it. So the first episode, we're catching up with everybody, and Rico has a cookout at his mom's house. Everyone is there. Troy has to leave early because the bitch works. Okay, the bitch has a full-time job, and she doesn't have time for all these shenanigans. Okay, she needs to get to her luxury retail job. The thing that stuck out to me the most during this whole thing was Kendra and how like unstable she seemed, for lack of a better term. Like, she was all over the place. She was very emotional. She was very volatile. She was aggressive. And it was kind of difficult to watch because I'm like, where is all this coming from? It kind of just seems like unchecked, raging emotion. And she tried to like jump across the table at Dominique. They're arguing. I love the way Dominique argues, by the way. Dominique argues like me. She's a condescending bitch. Oh my God. Especially when he doesn't want to like he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's very like monotone, like repeating the same thing over and over, like trying to just like drive it home to you that she does not give a fuck. He does not give a fuck about anything that you're saying right now. Like, you're wasting your energy. Please stop arguing with me. I don't care. I'm going to sit here while you fucking try to jump across the table like a rabid dog. People are always trying to attack Dominique. Why are people always trying to attack Dominique? Dominique got maced last season. Dominique, in the first episode, almost got jumped, like almost got in a fight. Second episode, Dominique gets into a whole fight. This is the tiniest man in the whole cast, it seems like. Shortest, skinniest, very like pretty.
He got the best hands though.
No, but he definitely got hands, because in that fight with Wayne, so in the second episode,
gay niggas gotta have hands though.
You gotta have hands, especially if you're like cute.
Hey, let me just
and
tell
Dominique
a quick
is
story.
cute.
So when I was recording that show, that was similar to this, the first scene we did, we were in a tight studio, and in the studio they were having a scene between two of the artists that had some tension, and it was a little dude and a big guy. When I tell you, that big motherfucker yoked up that little boy so crazy in that fight, I never saw anything like that. And the craziest thing is, I didn't see it because I was in the next room over it. But I had my audio equipment on, so I hear everything. Best audio ever. Like that ran. Oh yeah, get these niggas out of here. Bro, these niggas was going, and he connected one time too. That shit was real big hit.
So during the first episode, Wayne and Kendra are having a lot of issues. Wayne is Kendra's manager. Kendra is an artist. She like raps. She's a trans
Standing
woman.
on business.
Yeah. So she's a trans woman, and Wayne is her manager, but Wayne has also started his own music career. So Wayne decided to like shoot his own music video for something while he was supposed to be helping Kendra with something, and she got mad. I don't know, but their relationship is on the outs. At the cookout, Wayne is like in the corner, like not even addressing anybody, not even talking to Kendra really. It was just really awkward while she's like going ham. At the end of that episode, the production tells everybody that Kendra is not going to be continuing for the season because of just like with everything that's going on with her and personal issues. And personally, I was like, good.
Hearts go out.
Yeah, because it was really hard to watch. Like, there people go through real shit on reality TV on a regular basis. Like, you see it all the time. But it was just really particularly hard to see the amount of, like, just raging emotion that she had within her. Like, she had so much, like, she lost people that were murdered that were close to her. She lost family members. Like, this is not something that you need to be doing. You don't need to be around people who don't really care about your headspace. So being in a reality show, regardless of how much the people on the cast do care about you a little bit, like, when you're in that type of headspace, you need to be around people who are going to be, like, super, super, super delicate with you. And that cast is not going to do that naturally because content.
Gotta get them likes.
Yeah, so I'm glad she left. I'm glad she left and she took that time to get herself together instead, because that shit is crazy. And trans people have a very high suicide rate, so her taking the time out to take care of herself is very important. And this show also, like, you know that gay men, like, go through it and trans people go through it, but, like, seeing and falling in love with these characters and then, like, seeing all of the loss they go through and the common thread of them, like, not having solid relationships with families and stuff like that, especially with the trans people, like, it's really heartbreaking to see. And not that I needed gay people to be humanized, but it really humanizes them. And I feel like this is something that would I don't know, do some good if you actually can sit through it and watch it.
You homophobes out there, you hear that? They're people too, okay?
So, Dominique has a sit down with her ex, and the ex tells her that Wayne tells him, it's just because Dominique is a girl name, but that's a whole man. But
it's a unisex name.
Yeah. But so the ex tells Dominique that Wayne has been in his DMs. So Wayne and Rico have a sit down. Rico's like, "Oh, you and Dominique need to sit down, chop it up, da 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 da." Meanwhile, Rico is the one that maced Dominique last season, and now he's trying to piece it up between Wayne and Dominique. Like, you didn't just mace this bitch. We love the growth, though. We love the growth. And I like you a lot this season.
A character arc.
Yeah, because Rico was always funny. It's just like, why are you a villain? Why are you a villain? Why are you putting your hands on this little man, this cute little man? And macing him, too. That's not even like, like, Rico is a big man. Like, why did you have to mace that?
Like,
anywho,
sometimes when you got the mace, like, it just protects you from just any additional problems. Like, my man Charleston White, that nigga, you might as well call that nigga Mace.
Yeah.
Well, he keep it on him. Mace is just a good self-defense tactic.
Yeah, but he wasn't defending himself when he maced Dominique. That was the first.
Nobody ever
It was
is.
a first attack. Like,
yeah, nobody is.
And then it was windy, so, like, other people got caught in the fucking whirlwind.
That Mace
too.
ain't no joke, especially the ones back in the day. My sister had let go of Mace in her dorm room when she was in college. This was like back in like the early 2000s. Yo, they cleared out the whole building because of that.
Yeah, it's
and that
crazy.
was like one spray. One spray cleared out the whole building. Especially back in the day, it was a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's like illegal. I tried to order some mace on Amazon to my dorm freshman year.
But
they
yeah, in New York,
canceled the order.
In New York, it's definitely illegal. In Georgia, it's not.
Yeah. You can place the order, but then they'll just cancel it and refund you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was I talking about?
Mace Shawty.
Oh, yeah. So Rico and Wayne, they sit down, they have a talk. They're like, okay, Wayne and Dominique are going to chop it up, and then they're going to hash it out. Everything's going to be good, because this is like one of the main beefs in the season. Kendra's gone, so Dominique's beef with Kendra is irrelevant now. For some reason, they have a meeting alone which immediately I was like, why would y'all meet alone without like somebody in the middle? You know? So they meet alone in like a park. Dominique is just sitting there. Wayne comes up like trying to give him a hug. Dominique is like, I don't want no fucking hug. Wayne has a gift bag with a composition notebook, and he's like, oh, whenever you have negative thoughts about me, instead of writing them on social media, you can just write them in here. Okay, so you came here off the rip with bullshit. Like, you came here with no intentions of actually having a productive conversation and ending this conflict. You came here to continue being shady. So
keep a storyline going.
Yeah, because now Kendra's gone. What storyline do you have, Wayne? What?
You don't dance?
He has a music career of some sort.
Well.
But like, Wayne is really the only person on the cast that I have yet to click with. Like, I can't bring myself to like him at all. So this is what I was talking about. So they do this, oh my God, it literally made me cringe from the tippy top of my head down to the tippy tips of my feet. When he's about to fight Dominique, he does this thing in his confessional where he's like, I'm about to, and then there's like this little fucking fake ass CGI puff of smoke, and he's like in a red or black outfit, and he's like, oh, it's Wayne the Pain now. I'm about to bring the pain. Ew. I hated it. I genuinely hated it. I hated that. I hated that with all of my heart, and I hope y'all never do that shit again, because that was just the corniest shit I've ever seen on Chasing Reality. I've watched a couple different like chains and like cities, and this is definitely the worst 4 seconds of Chasing Reality that I've ever had the misfortune of sitting through. Was that fucking transition from Wayne to Wayne the Pain. I hated it. I really did. And then Dominique made one quick comment about Wayne possibly being not
up top.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, let me stop hating him as much, because that nigga just talks so slow. I just can't with the way he communicates and the way he talks. And like, how do you rap if you can't even talk?
You surprised at that? Have you heard of
Let me
mumble
stop
rap?
talking, because this nigga be putting his hands on people. A
violent offender.
And he live in Atlanta. Like, the fuck? Let me stop talking shit. So he put his hands on Dominique. They get into a fight. Dominique holds his own, surprisingly, because last season when there was the fight with Rico, it was just kind of like a whole lot of rolling around. I didn't really see anything happening. But Dominique was like swinging for a good minute until she was on the floor, and then they had to break it up. They both got a good couple hits in. As soon as the fight breaks up, Wayne starts booking it. Like, literally, he gets up from the floor. They break up. He takes off. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? He took off because Dominique's like, that bitch is going to jail. That bitch is going to jail. And that's exactly what I would do too. Because I came here and I was sitting here peacefully, and you came on your bullshit, and then you came and touched me. I'm a delicate flower. Okay?
You are.
Dominique also. You're not going to agree with that?
I haven't watched this with you. So
Dominique also gives...
I'm not invested with the characters as much to be able like
that's a man, but the aesthetic that he like, his energy is like...
Isn't that not all of them?
It's like, no, it's not all of them, because Wayne is also gay, but he don't get energy.
That. He don't have speared fingers?
No, he gives big shoulder like energy. Dominique gives, and Wayne gives. Do you see the difference? Did you see the difference between? And
I see it.
Yeah, that's the difference between them.
Period.
So I feel like I don't know. I'm not gay. I feel like y'all should not put y'all hands on feminine leaning gay men.
Did they get?
That's like hitting a woman.
I was going to ask you that. Is that the same?
It's not the same, because that is biologically a man who identifies as a man.
Because I mean, by that logic,
but in my heterosexual cisgendered female eyes, a man like Wayne, who is masculine, should not put his hands on a man like Dominique, who is a little bit more feminine.
So you're just going off of how they present.
Yes,
okay.
100%.
Because I was gonna say, like, by that logic, if I punch Mike Tyson, he shouldn't be able to punch me back because he would kill me, even though my punch would do nothing to him. Realistically,
yeah.
But I might tap. He might get a little swollen eye from me.
So
That was disrespectful.
that's my for the first two, because the third episode has come out. I didn't finish it. So the main things that I got from the first two episodes, definitely glad that Kendra is taking some time for herself. Willa started going to therapy. All of these people, not all of them. Let me not say all of them, because they're not all like traumatized and have issues and are going through like dark mental health issues. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, and it's fucking sad. Like, it's really sad. I can't wait until it lightens up a little bit, because the first two episodes have been a little bit like darker and heavier than I expected for the first two episodes. You know, maybe the first one at the cookout should have been them like twerking, having fun, maybe a little bit of shade getting thrown to establish the drama and the beefs that are going to continue throughout the season. I don't know. I feel like Kendra threw off the first episode a little bit with her coming at Dominique as aggressively as she did. Like, that shit was crazy. Dominique, I don't know why these niggas keep putting their hands on you, but I hope you continue on the show, because when I was watching the third episode, Dominique was on the phone and he was like, he's not going to continue if this is what keeps happening, which I completely understand, because why do these grown ass, brolic ass men keep putting their hands on you like that?
Because they think he's sweet.
Like, what is that? I hope you do continue, and I hope I see you for the rest of the season, Dominique. If Dominique doesn't continue, I understand why this is probably the last season.
Should we get him
it
on
probably
the show?
has we might be able to, because him and Troy are really close. They're like besties. I would love to talk to Dominique about like the fucking literal assault and abuse that he went through in these past two seasons. Like, it's absolutely insane.
We're here for you.
Yeah.
Give us your voice.
You don't have to do it for that time. But yeah, so that's my little Chasing Atlanta season 6, the first 2 episodes breakdown review.
Yo, I like that though. That was dope. Glad that I was able to sit next to that and make slide comments.